Hello, this is just a quick guide on how to actually do well in this game. To be honest, I was at least I think like top 10 a couple days ago, but people have optimized, probably done more runs than I have, so you know, I think today we're gonna go for a better score. I'm 63rd right now. To be honest, I'd prefer to be top 50, like at least. I mean, top 10 would be better, but I don't really have the you kind of need better stats than I do, like considering that the best captain is not Manju. Anyways, so how this game mode works is you just try to get as many coins as possible, and in order to get anywhere near a good score, you have to load up at the beginning with all 5,000. That's because your snowball gets exponentially bigger if you start with that extra 5,000. And next, for your captain, if you're free to play, you want to choose Manju, mainly because this red ship is free if you play like twice, which, is like the only ship you can get for free, basically. Technically you can get Silentium in the shop, which, I mean, if you can afford it, good luck, but I don't have 20,000 of these laying around. But if you do have Silentium, then the most optimal captain to be using would be Millennial Tree Cookie, mainly because if you have him at 3 stars too, mainly because he gives 500 extra durability per level, plus 800 if you have Silentium. But his third ability, his 3 star ability, is really good. You don't need you. It reduces the requirements per space, which means you get an extra, I would say, island or two at the end, which is really good if you have it. I don't, so we're not going to use it. Manju, yeah. So if you're free to play, go with Manju, because I think most people have him at 5 stars. But if you don't, then go with whatever captain is your highest, whatever you can use, basically. It's not a huge deal though. I'm not gonna lie, this is like kind of low priority. Anyways, so the first thing you need to be looking for is repair kits, repair kits, repair kits. How many repair kits can you start with? And if your answer is 0, then choose the islands that'll give you the best prices. You can check over here, but yeah, so since we can see repair kits over here, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna look first, let's see, if Fisher or Bowen has better prices. So these are your buy prices over here, and these are your sell prices over here. Thus, I don't think you can see my mouse, but yeah, this first column, the Kauf, is buy, and then your Verkauf is your sell column. And your goal is to buy at one island and sell at a different island. So, for example, if I were to go to Fisher first, I would be looking to buy stuff cheap here and sell at Bowen for more expensive, or vice versa. So we should check to see if Fisher or Bowen has better prices. 682, not great, but for Bowen, also even worse. Fisher, again, Fisher, Fisher, Fish, no, Bowen, Bowen. Check these real quick. Bowen, no, Fisher, actually. Yeah, so I think we're actually going to go to Fisher first. Sounds counterintuitive because I guess Bowen has slightly better prices in some areas, but the fact that there's so much more here, like if we're going to Bowen, we're getting around 200 extra. So here's a perfect example. Since we know our next island is going to be Bowen, right? We can plan out our trips just strategically, right? So that we gain the most out of it. So if we know our next island is going to be Bowen, we want to buy stuff here that's cheap. It'll be highlighted, and then sell at Bowen, which is more expensive. So, for example, these fish right here, you can buy for 615 and sell at 824, which will yield you a profit of $209, I believe, which is amazing. It's a really good price. So, 209 is good. Anything above 150, I would say, is really good. Usually, you're not going to get these type of deals. Like you see, 100 is more typical, but obviously, that's not always possible. Like here is another good one. Get to around 200 per. So here's a good one. Here is a decent one too, but there's just other better ones. Another thing you have to be looking for too is your price per like your price per dollar, your profit per dollar spent, I should say. Yeah. So for example, I should actually be buying this, but so for example, you see that because this is only $615, you're making per item, you're getting $200 back around, so you're making 30% on your money. Whereas these ones over here, you're buying them for 800 and selling them for 1,080, so you're getting around $300 and you're making 30% on this one. So actually, doing some math myself, that means this is actually a better deal. But I find that this is actually a better deal than both of them. You know why? Because you're making $1,000 per $2,000 spent, so you're making 50% on your money. So we're actually going to buy all of these and then buy these. Well, we can't buy all of them, but we can buy some. We can buy one of them. Yeah, so that'll be our most optimal way to play the game, is to figure out your profit per dollar spent, right? Because it's not always linear. Sounds weird, but I also kind of wasted a little bit of durability. But again, yeah. So see how we got that repair kit? That's what you want to be doing. Another thing these special items are good for is selling in this area. Oh, right now there's nothing that we can use the fish for, but it's always good to pick up these when you can, just because they're almost always worth it if you can get to the island, and you usually will, but I wouldn't buy them unless you're in late game. So, for example, we can sell all of this here. So we're going to, actually, we know we're going to Shetzer next, right? So we check. Yes, we can sell for a lot more at Shetzer, so we're actually going to hold on to this one. Nope, see, we can't sell for more at Shetzer, so we're not going to buy it. Same here. Can't sell for more at Shetzer. Can't sell for more at Shetzer, even that's a good price. And let's check these down here, because usually, yeah, okay, see, we make, for every $950 we spend, we make around $300. So because of that, you're making 30% on your money, which is good. 30% is a good return. Oh, and here's another really good one. 500 per 900 spent is over 50% return. So 100% want to buy them. Remember, it's all about your return per capital. Net return is nice and all, but if it's not returning a lot per dollar spent, it's not worth it. So here's an example of a high price that I wouldn't be going for. At 873 to 932, you are only making $60 for 800 spent, which is less than 10%. If anything that's less than 10%, I would not be really doing. Like here is a little bit over 10%, so we don't really have too much money left, so we're just gonna spend it on this. And then yeah, we don't have any really more money, so we're gonna just go to the next island. Actually, you know what? We have a little extra. I think that's a good price to buy it. These pearls are a good price. Again, I'll get to, later in the video. I'll get to what constitutes a good price. Okay, so obviously everything has a certain price you want to be buying or selling at, but I'll go over that like right now. After I sell all the stuff that I can sell. Again, look, see how much money we can make off of this transaction. So because we were smart, we made $8,000 on that transaction. A lot of money, I would say. Okay, and then now I want to go over what is a fair price. Because, okay, after you use up all of your spaces, you can see in the bottom left corner, your logbook, or I guess in English it would be just your logbook. It'll tell you which chapter you're on and how many spaces you have left to move, or how many moves you have, right? Yeah, so we have no moves left in this chapter. So when you switch chapters, all the prices are going to change, right? And a lot of YouTubers, I find, will tell you that you should not carry anything over between chapters. But that's wrong, right? Because if you know that a good is undervalued, right, you should be buying more of it so that when prices change and you can expect them to go up and return to market price, you can sell them for a risk-free profit, essentially. So let's take a look. What is market value, right? Market value is for I'll get it differs for every single item, but it gets more expensive as the list goes down. So this is just a general list. You can really adjust it however you see fit, but here's how I would price things, right? Oranges, buy if it's below 550. So below 550, we're gonna buy. Mangoes below 650, not below 650. Melon fishes, you're gonna buy at six. I would say 700 or 650 is also probably good benchmark. 700s, if you have extra money, you can do it. These ones you want to be buying at 750 or below. Below 750, we're gonna buy. These ones you want to be buying are the pudding crystals, the pink hats. You're gonna want to be buying those at 800 or below. These ones, these pearls, we're gonna be buying 850 or below. I think this is kind of on the edge. So we're gonna hold off here for a little bit. These puppets you want to be selling or buying at, I want to say 900. These face guys you want to be buying at 950 or below. So we're actually gonna buy these. Good deal. The lollipops, the gear pops, you want to buy at 1,000 or below, and then the gears you want to buy at 1,100 or below. Again, these are just general estimates. They're not always going to be perfect, but in general, this is what you can expect to be good value. So yeah, now we can move on to the next chapter and then see what we can sell her. So you see we bought the oranges for very cheap, and now we're selling them for much more. So we made $300 per $460 spent-ish. So we're making around like 100% our money. Again, here is not the best price to sell, I'm not gonna lie, but this is not a huge chapter, to be honest. Like here, we lost a little money on these two up here, but we made money on these two down here, so that's fine. You don't have to sell these immediately. You can always hold them until you get a price. Like, for example, if we go to Bowern, sell for 900, and that's actually a good price to sell at. Or here, if you go to Bostler or Bowern, those are good prices to sell at. So we might always just want to hold them. So first, we want to check where we want to go. And a little telltale sign of what you want to be going for is repair kits, repair kits, repair kits. That's all you need to be going for, unless you're only getting one of them. If you only can get one of them, it's not worth it, because for each island, it takes just 5 spaces, except between Bostler and Fisher, or these two islands. It's not always going to be Bostler and Fisher, but between Bostler and Fisher right now, it's 4 spaces. For every other island, it's 5 spaces. And for Fisher and Bowern, it's 6 spaces right now. So the most optimal route to go for would be Ingenoir, Bostler, and then Fisher with 1 left over. If we go for this right here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we're going to be 1 short of Fisher, right? It's just not worth it, because you have to sacrifice 1 island, first of all, for like 3 extra durability. Because even if you just anchor at Bostler, right, you're going to have to spend durability to anchor. So in this case, you don't want to go for the repair kits. But if you can get 2 or more, then you should go for them. But since we can't, we're going to go to Ingenoir. And let's check. What can we sell at Ingenoir? Well, we can't sell any of this. This would actually be something that I would be looking to sell. Even though we did take a little bit of a loss, there's just kind of not a lot we can do about that. But so we're going to Ingenoir, Bostler, and then Fisher. So I think we can actually hold these. Yeah, we can hold these for a little bit. So Ingenoir would be next, so we should just hold those. We may want to just sell these. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of hurts to sell, but Ingenoir, Bostler. Yeah, we do just kind of want to sell these. I think there's just better stuff we can buy. Like, if we really want to, we could buy these, and we'd be making more money anyways. So, yeah, we're going to sell these. We're gonna sell these. Sell the crabs, and then we just want to check these right here. What can we? So, because we're going to Ingenoir next, we want to buy one of these anyways, because well, we're making. Look, if we go to Ingenoir and deliver one of these, we get 4,500, and because we're only spending 2,500, we'll round up. We're making around 45%. So we're gonna buy one of these, Ordinarily, I wouldn't say you should because I mean you do make like 500 per, but you know that it's not a lot when you're buying for 2,000 a pop. No pun intended. Um, which would only be 25%. So 25% still good, but it could be better. Doesn't look like it here though. I'm gonna eat my words again. Yeah, no, I actually am gonna eat my words. Wow, that's incredible. Oh, sorry, 20% over here. So I'm not gonna eat my words. Not quite. Yeah. So here is a better thing to buy. So we can buy these faces. Not gonna buy those. Yeah, we're gonna buy these, and then whatever's left over, we can put into these. It is a good buy, anyways. You know, we might be delivering them, but I think they're still a decent buy. And here another one that I think could be good. But I think there's just better things. We're gonna hold on to that last little bit of money. But we also want to check these birds too. Yeah, the birds, if you stop at them, right, you can instantly give um something. So you can do this, like, which I guess really doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, we're gonna go there anyways, but you know, if you can, it's always useful, just in case you can't get to the island. So yeah. And then here we're going to sell these for profits. See, and we make money on our investments. Next, we are going to go to Bustler. So we want to plan for that. What are we going to be able to sell at Bustler that's going to be expensive? Nice and expensive. Not that. It's already expensive. Not that. Not a lot, actually. I'm not even going to lie. This is kind of a shit situation to be in. So I would say that normally these are like probably not great to buy, but it's not like I have a choice. Yeah, there's like almost nothing to buy here. That would be good. But in this case, when you can't find anything that would be good to buy, what you can do instead is find things that are below market value and then try to flip them for above market value. So let's see, like pearls. I think I can buy them for cheaper. No, I can't. These pearls are actually a good one to buy. These melonfish, on the other hand, see, they're not amazingly priced, but they are below market value. But you can see here that if we were to sell these here, we'd make money. So we always want to go for the ones that'll actually make us money in the short term. And then once we're done with that, then you can load up on all the stuff that won't make you money in the short term. Then you want to check your sells again. You know, can you sell for more Bostler? Yes, you can. Can you sell for more Bostler? Yes, you can. Bostler, no, but we're gonna hold these anyways. Bostler, yes, we can. So because we can just hold these, we are going to go to Bustler. Again, you will lose money on some of these speculative trades, but in general, you won't. So, you know, the goal is always on an aggregate. What can you expect, right? And these pearls too, I still think that they're undervalued selling for 875. You want to sell for 900 or more usually, so I think I'm just gonna hold them. And because we have so much extra money coming in from elsewhere, I think it's fine just to not, you know, sell them right now. Again, here, spending 3,000 to make 5,000, that is a return of 15%. 3,000 to make 500, sorry. Okay, and then next we are going to Fisher, which, you know, I don't like 700 too much. I think in general you can always get more than that, but you know, there's some situations where you just need to take what you can get. Here's another one that I would say is undervalued. Anything below 900 is to me an insta buy just because of how easy it is to flip for higher prices. But let me check these crabs actually. Yeah, we're going to Fisher. So, or these melon fish. So we're spending 500 to make 700. That is a return of almost 40%. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Again, like these, I kind of want to buy them, but all the other ones are just so much better. Like, to be honest, these pearls. I actually think that I'm going to sell some of them, mainly because of how good this price is. We need 20,000 really. Yeah, so we're going to sell all of this. Yeah, it kind of hurts to sell, but you know, there are sacrifices you have to make. So we're gonna buy those now, and then we're gonna go to Fisher. Again, it's all about fair market value in this game. What is fair? The answer is not a lot, to be honest. Like 763, I think I could sell for more. Here, another example. See, no teddy bears in here, so we're safe to just sell all of them. You could hold one or two of them, but I just choose to sell. I don't see the point in holding these for longer than necessary. Here, and then we want to just buy everything now that's below the market value. Anything and everything that we can find that is remotely below value, we want to be buying. It is late game after all, so I think I'm actually gonna hold off on these pudding guys. I think these are better. And then now it's the revenge. Yeah. Yeah, so that is what we're going to be buying now, and then we're going to be anchoring and going to the next chapter. Again, you want to hold a lot through chapters so that you can, you can sell. See, we did lose a lot of money by not selling, but now look at how good the sell prices are elsewhere. So because of that, it's worth it to just hold. And we are getting towards the late game, so see, you could sell for 1,000 now. We are getting towards the late game, so it's beneficial a lot of times to just not sell things unless they are really really good price. See here, we lose money. We lose money here too, but again, that's fine. It's okay to lose money in this situation. Also, goddamn, are there two? Nah, there's only one repair kit. See, we're kind of getting unlucky here because there's only like one repair kit. Usually one like two, but yeah. So now we want to see. Do we want to go to Bauern? I think we do. So we're gonna go to Bauern, Stetzer, and then Ingenoyer, right? There's nothing that's good to sell Basler, right? Nothing particularly good. Yeah. I don't think Basler is that good to go to, so we're going to go to Stetzer next, actually. And we can check here. Is there anything at Stetzer? Nope. So we're not going to. Actually, we're going to Bauern next. Yeah, we're going to Bauern, yeah. So we're going to Bauern next. So we check. Can we sell Bauern for better? We can, so 666, we're going to hold. Can we sell Bauern for better? Yes, we can, so we're going to hold. Can we sell Bauern for better? No, we can't, but I'm not going to lose money on this, and it's way below market value, so we're going to hold. Here, Bauern, yep, of course, buy more. So yeah, now let us choose, buy everything that we can that will get us the best prices. So again, looking at the melonfish, you're making 300 for 630 spent, so it's around 48% return, the return on capital. Again, below market value. 200 for 900, that is 30%. No, not 20, 22%. And then we check. No. We check. No. We check. No. We check. No. We check here. Yes. You see that? Again, like here is actually another one. So you're spending 500 and you're spending around 600 to make 100. So that is a 15% return. Over here, you're spending 250 to make, or 260, 2,600 to make, I would say, let's round up to 550. So in this situation, that would be a 20% return. So we're actually going to go for these first. Then we are going to buy one of these because it is worth selling. Okay, and now that we have everything, we're going to go to Bauer. Again, you gotta get kind of lucky with your trades. Like, you see how much we can sell now? We can sell 19 oranges, Ellenfish, 13 of these, 15. So we're gonna hold these until the next island. I believe is Shetzer. Yeah, Shetzer is next. Carlton. Uh, is there anything here? No, there isn't. I am actually going to do something really quick. I will be back in like 5 minutes. All right, back to arbitraging shit. So, since we're going to Shetzer next, we can sell for 1,000 over there. So we're gonna hold off, but we can sell all of this for a nice tidy profit. So we're going to Shetzer next. Okay, I should probably go over the price of everything, like fair market value for these special items, right? So specifically, they change every island, but specifically for this fruit bowl, if you're buying above 2,000, you're getting overcharged. So you should never buy it for over 2,000 unless you have one of these that you need to satisfy. In this case, we do, and we're actually going to hit that island, so we are going to buy it. But in normal cases, you probably don't want to. Just forewarning. Unless you really have like a use case for it, I would say probably don't buy. But in this case, we do have a use case, so we're actually going to. And again, we're going to buy everything and anything that will make us money. Even if it were buying above market value, it is fine because we know we're going to be able to flip it instantly for more money. You're basically, you have to be a scalper in this game, essentially. Since we can't buy anything else, we're going to have to go to the next chapter without. Okay, yeah, so we are going to go to the next chapter. And then we are going to sell everything. Everything that's good to sell, I should say. Because there are just some things that are better off just holding, I would say. Like this, for example, I think we're going to Fisher next. Our last island of the chapter, no, it's going to be Inganoir. Interesting. So, yeah, okay, so Inganoir, some decent prices for this too. Yeah, so Inganoir, we're actually going to sell these here, just because They are a good price, and we're gonna be stuck holding back on this because I miscalculated and I'm an idiot. Okay, so here. Not amazing. This arbitrage is not great there, but we don't necessarily have to sell these rings at Inganor. We can always just hold them for a better island because we do have a little bit of durability left. So again, it's below market value. These rings, I would say anything below 3,000 is below market. So yeah, you do want to try to you want to make sure that you're buying below market. Otherwise, you're losing money, and none of us like that. Again, here is not an amazing island. We're not going to be able to make too much money here, so we're gonna just have to go for it and pray that our next chapter is good because we only have 2 more islands after this. We gotta hope we get a few repair kits. That's what we do need to hope for. Here, sell. And then we're going to hold on to those, but we're going to buy anything we can that looks remotely good. Again, I talked about what's considered below market for this, so we are going to just follow that guide and keep buying. And towards later in the game, you do have to take a little bit of risk. Like I'm buying at 750, which is significantly above market value, but because oh, and the mice are 3,500 is market. So I'm buying above market because I already have a pretty good score and I need to take some risk. So we're gonna pray that yeah. So we did see it was a good bet. We can sell for more now. So it again, did I buy above market? I did, but that's fine. Like here again, I said that I bought it just to hold, and yeah, I did. So there is actually one. So we can sell all but one. Like I guess we could sell the last one if we're not going to Bossler, but we want to check that first before we sell. So here we are only going to be able to go to 2 more islands. And in this case, we're going to Bossler and Fisher. Yeah, okay, Bossler and Fisher. So yeah, Bossler, I believe. Yeah, Bossler and Fisher, but Bowern, on the other hand, we will need the bird. So Fisher, Bossler and Fisher, so Bowern, yeah, Bowern will need the bird. So Fisher, see, we can sell for like way expensive up here. We can sell for almost 50% profit. And we want to always sell the recommendeds because this is our last island, so we're not going to have anything after this. So yeah, Bossler again, good prices, good prices. Fisher, sell for more there. Fisher, sell for more there. Again, you always want to play by ear in this situation. See, we want to buy more of these. This is a pretty good island too, I would say. And we have a good lineup to go to. Like we're going to Bossler and Fisher, so there's a lot we can buy, which is good. In late game, you want these sorts of massive island buys because it's not as important that you save money because you have so much of it. Like here, we're buying almost everything, like literally almost everything. But that's because it will sell well. Yeah, so we're not making money. So see how we bought everything, like nearly everything? And that's because on any of these last 2 islands, it's a pretty good sell. So we could go for this this special guy over here, which I wouldn't, to be honest, just because I mean, it gives a buff for next chapter, and we're not going to be getting there. So we're going to just be going here. And we're going to be just offloading everything we possibly can. See, again, we're selling at Fisher, so we're going to wait. Everything we can for a good price, we want to offload. Here, can we sell for more at Fisher? We cannot, so we want to offload it here. Again, Fisher, yes, better price. Fisher, better price. Fisher, better price. Fisher, better price. And then I'm pretty sure this goes to Fisher, yeah. And then we're going to go get the bird for the other one. So, can we sell for better at Fisher? Yes, we can. So we're going to buy, sell for better at Fisher, yes. Again, late game, you really can't be concerned about capital conservation just because you have so much money. You're essentially just trying to spend it all. So even buying above market value is usually fine late game because your goal isn't to save money; it's to spend it. Like your goal is to make as much money as you can. In this case, that means not making that much money. To be honest, I wish I could have made a little more, but you know that's the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah, in this case, see, we're only making like $20 per item, but you know, I mean, it's either that or nothing, and I think $40 is better than zero. So in this case, we are going to go to the bird, stop at the bird, and we are going to deliver this to Bauern. Good, see? And then we can use our last one to get to the island. Let's see. Now we can deliver our last special item, which gets rid of all that, which means we're making our maximum. And then now is the final stretch. You want to sell everything and then see how much money you made. How good of a capitalist were you? And the answer is probably not very good because this is a shit run. What? Oh, wait, 199. Wait. That's my best run. Sweet. So, yeah, now we end this. So, let me give you a little brief overview on how this is all calculated, right? So it's essentially this score multiplied by like I think 10 or 100, I think. So 19 million is what we can expect to get. I wish we could have gotten 20 million, but 19 is pretty good still. See, we can expect. Oh, we did get 20. Nice. So this was around 20 million. I think that was a pretty good run. And yeah, let's check our rank. So we're 19th right now. That is how good this strategy is. Again, it does take a little bit of runs. You know, you're gonna have to mess around and you're gonna have to do this a few times. But in general, if you're good at this game, you should be able to get top like at least 14 every time. But on average, your score is gonna be like 16 million. If you're like an average Joe player playing this semi-optimally. If you're like a good player though, you should be able to get at least one or two scores at least above like 18 million. I think that's reasonable. So yeah, let's check the rankings. So we're 19th. Obviously it is possible to get higher like these guys. Do we see RK Virulent? But they're probably more pay to win to be honest. Because you do really like the captains matter a lot, and the fact that you get 500 per level essentially plus 800 if you have Silentium is just really good. Like, and the fact that the buffs are just better. Like these buffs suck. Like the melon, the sea fruit are just not like half price. The buying price is just not that good. Or like this the durability through storms minus 30%, that's just not that good. Like I'm not even gonna lie, like that's just a horrible buff because you're not even going through that storms most of the time anyways. Versus like here, the 3-star, you're gonna be going anytime you move at all, you're gonna be getting a 10% discount, which is way better. I'm almost never going through these sorts of